Someone mentioned to me Kovo Credit and they wanted me to do a breakdown. I ended up actually getting on the phone with one of the reps from Kovo, had a conversation for, it was almost 2 hours. One of the main reps over at Kovo actually used to work for the credit bureau. So we had an interesting conversation, but it was nice to see that some of the things that we've been talking about for the last basically couple of years, a lot of these fintech companies and a lot of these people that are coming out of the credit bureaus, they're basically validating what we've been teaching. So that is a good thing. So how is Kovo different from Self, Kickoff, a lot of these other credit builder companies that we've already kind of been familiar with? How is Kovo different, right? Who are they for? Who should skip them? Let's go over all that and more in today's video. Let's jump right in. So we're on the home page here. So now build credit and earn rewards. No credit check, no hidden fees, instant approval, earn 1% on loans. We're going to talk about that very shortly, but let's see what this is about. Now, one of the things that I do like about Kovo is their pricing structure is incredibly easy to understand. So very quickly, this is going to be $10 per month for 2 years, right? Every month, $10 per month. There are no other hidden fees. There are no other gotchas or anything that you got to look at the fine print super deep to understand. $10 a month for 2 years, and you're going to get an installment primary trade line added on to your 3 major credit bureaus, right? In addition to the 3 major credit bureaus, and let me make this bigger, right? So in addition to the 3 major credit bureaus, you see here, what is this, right? Innovis, or some people call it Innovis. I call it Innovis, right? Let me know how you pronounce it down in the comments. But if you guys remember, I told you there are other credit reporting agencies that are out there that they're not as popular or as big as the major 3. However, they're still very important, right? We hinted at this a few times over the last few videos. Innovis is one of them, right? Now, very quickly, I'm not going to make this an Innovis, video, but very quickly, the reason why you need to be aware that Innovis exists is because they're going to be contributing to giving information over to the financial institution. So now what do I mean by that? I mean, when you're submitting application, when you're applying for credit card apps, financial institutions going to reach out to the major 3 credit bureaus. Innovis is another player out there, and we're going to do additional content where I actually go further in depth. But just know, guys, the big 3, they're not the only players in town. There are other credit reporting agencies that have your information that these banks are able to tap into when they're trying to make the decision of whether or not they're going to give you the account, give you the credit card, give you the credit limit increase, even give you the account at all, right? There are other players that are in play that you got to be aware of, right? So now at this point, we know we want to have a fully constructed credit profile. And what I mean by that is you want to have revolving primary credit lines. And I don't mean an authorized user. That's not a primary trade line. You want to have something that has your name as the primary, reporting every single month to your credit reports. That way, over time, that's what's going to strengthen your credit profile. That's what's going to, with time, increase your credit scores. This is what we want. We want primary trade lines. This one is interesting because they're going to report an installment trade line on your credit reports. Now, we know the difference between revolving credit card accounts. These are like your Navy Federal N Rewards, your Discover It, your Chase Sapphire, your revolving credit cards. And another type of account is installment loans. So they're going to be reporting an installment, which again is going to improve your credit mix. You want to have a few installment loans and you want to have a few revolving credit cards posting at the same time to your credit reports, right? Over time, that's what's going to increase your credit score, right? Do not sign up for any account where you're not going to do this for the duration of the full 24 months. As I said before, when I put that image above of the 35, 30, 15, 10, 10, right? I'm gonna put that image somewhere above my head. Time is one thing that we just can't finesse, right? People try to do it with authorized user accounts, but I already debunked that in a whole bunch of videos. You want to have something reporting and lasting for a good period of time. That means if you're signing up for these type of accounts, make sure you're staying for the long term. So now what are you getting? What are you getting for spending $10 a month for 24 months, right? What you're really getting, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys, what you're really getting is that primary trade line that's reporting every single month that over time is going to help build your credit score as well as your credit profile. That's really why we're spending money on these type of products. If you guys remember, this was years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. There were tons and tons of different credit builder type of hacks, credit builder type of accounts that people were trying to get. My jeweler was one of them. There was another one, and I don't remember the name. If you guys remember, go down in the comment and put the name down. But there was a credit builder type of service where you went ahead and signed up for this account. They ended up reporting to your account every single month, but you weren't really getting a product. There was no service or product in exchange. The issue with that is when the credit bureaus, and they always figure it out, but when the credit bureaus get wind of this and they realize, hey, all of these people, they're creating accounts and they're getting positive payments getting reported, but there's no product. Those type of accounts get canceled quickly. And that's the reason why you don't see those type of accounts as popular as they were, 4 or 5 years ago, right? That's the thing. So in my opinion, and of course, this is my opinion, Kovo Credit has to give you guys a product or a service in exchange for that $10 per month that you're spending. So what they're going to give you is they're going to give you courses, how to improve your job interview skills, how to start a business, how to create a personal brand. So that's what you're going to get in exchange. But as I said in the beginning of the video, remember, let's keep it real. The main reason why people are signing up for these type of accounts isn't for the courses, right? We want the positive payment history. But I believe in order to meet compliance, in order to make sure that everything is on the up and up as it pertains to the credit bureaus, they've got to give you something. They got to give you something tangible. They got to give you something of value in exchange for your $10 a month. You're going to get the positive payment history being reported. And in addition, think of the courses like the cherry on top. Number 3, earn rewards. So you can see here, let's zoom this and make this bigger, right? Earn rewards, unlock rewards as you build credit up to $1,225. Available to eligible customers with 4 on-time payments. So depending on the type of credit account that you'll get through Kovo, because they're going to offer you different type of credit products, depending on the type of account that you actually apply and get approved for, you're going to be able to earn rewards on top of that, right? That's a pretty interesting concept because, of course, as we're building our credit profile over time, as our credit increases over time, we're going to be able to get approved for different type of products. So as we get approved for different type of products, you're going to be able to earn rewards through Kovo. All right, so now let's scroll down. Let's read some of the FAQs. Some of these we already went over, but as I mentioned before, this is going to be incredibly simple to understand. $10 a month for 24 months. Number 2, learn with courses. We already talked about the type of courses. And then earn rewards up to 1% back on eligible loan offers. What are the type of courses? Job interview skills, self-confidence and self-esteem, entrepreneurship, how to start a business from a business idea, right? You can see that there are several type of courses that you're going to be able to get access to. Now, of course, I got to keep it a buck with you guys. I have not yet gone through their courses. I'm not sure if they're better or worse than, let's say, something you will find from Udemy or any other online learning platform. I don't know. However, I do like the fact that they're still going to be able to give you additional education, additional content, because as you know, on this Money Coach channel, once we have that 720, 740 credit score, I want us to have the information and the knowledge to be able to use these credit cards and these credit lines to serve us, right? We're not doing all this just to bury ourselves in more debt. That's not why we're doing this, right? So is there a return policy? Yes. Within the first 30 days, if you sign up, if you're having second thoughts, if you're not really sure, can I do it? Make sure to send them an email within 30 days. No harm, no foul. You can keep it pushing, right? Any fees? This is why I started off this video by saying the reason why I really like these guys, because the fee structure is completely simple to understand. They're not going to do a credit check. You're not going to get a hard inquiry, but that doesn't mean that everybody is guaranteed to get accepted with Kovo Credit, right? They are going to check whether or not you are who you say you are. So at the time of registering, you're going to have to provide some identification. They're going to have to do some checks to make sure if you're applying, you are who you say you are. There's nothing funny going on. There's nothing scammy going on. Just keep that in the back of your head, right? If you have tons and tons of derogatory accounts, collections, charge-offs, and you just add one primary trade line, that's not really going to affect you as much as possible, right? There's a balance here. There's a reason why I'm trying to get you guys to add primary trade lines at the same time where you're trying to remove derogatory accounts. You have to do both at the same time, but Kovo Credit is going to be one of the better programs if you're needing an installment primary trade line added to your credit reports. This right here is going to be a legitimate option. But if you look at the reviews as of this point in time, the reviews have been very good, especially when you compare it to others, right? I would definitely say Kovo is a legitimate option if you're looking to add and build credit mix, if you're needing a primary trade line added onto your credit profile, if your credit profile is thin already. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know if you've already signed up for Kovo. Give your thoughts. And aside from that, guys, hopefully you got a couple of gems. I'm gonna check you out in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.